Hello. With you is Find Out Movie Recap. Today, I will talk about movie Sky High. Watch out and take care, there are spoilers in this video. Let's get started. The Commander and Jetstream are two superheroes who live in a suburban lifestyle and work as real estate agents under the name Steve and Josie Stronghold, as well as help the city. Their son, Will, tries to live up to the family name, but has yet to reveal such powers. Will, even though he has not yet revealed any power in him, does not want to say anything to his parents. While preparing for the new school, Layla's best friend comes to visit him. Layla still has superpowers. Its superpower is to talk to nature, meaning it can move plants and talk to animals. While Will wanted to have lunch, his parents called the superhero's emergency phone. They are told that a giant robot attacked the city. Will's parents went to save the world. The Commander and Jetstream reached their destination with the help of the powers of Jetstream, Will's mother, who can fly. Will's father, the Commander, defeats the giant robot that attacked the city with the help of his mega power. Will sees the whole scene on TV. Will and Layla leave for the school bus. They get on the bus where driver Ron Wilson is happy to have such a passenger as the son of the Stronghold family. Will leaves to sit on the chair, where he meets a friend of his, Zach. Ron's bus driver tells the students to get ready. He puts on a new hat and shows his school badge. Ron turns the bus to a bridge under construction. Seat belts are worn on all students. The driver opens the control centers and the bus jumps, falling from the steep bridge. Wings and turbines come out of the bus like a rocket, starting to fly. All the students scream. Will's parents decided to take him to the high school where his father was educated before, to a superhero high school, Sky High. All students see how the school hangs in the air, and the driver explains that the school is in the air with the help of an anti-gravity drive. The bus lands on the school grounds. Will and his friends arrive at school. They see that there are a lot of people who have superpowers of all kinds. The new high school students are met by two hooligans, one with super speed and the other with super elasticity. The hooligans leave after Gwen comes, who is a student council president, explaining the rules of the school. Will and the students enter a room where the school principal comes and tells him that each student will pass a test where it will be found that the student will be a hero or a hero's helper, depending on what superpower he has. After the principal leaves, the students meet the teacher who will test their superpowers, the bummer coach. He tells the students that everyone will come and show their strength to everyone. The first is chosen to test his strength by a small student with glasses named Larry. The teacher tells her it's little Larry when she comes on stage. Little Larry shows her power to transform into a large stone creature with great power. The teacher sees and says that he is already Big Larry, telling him that he is chosen as a hero. Zach goes to show his strength, telling him that he can make his body shine. Professor Bummer sees nothing and tells him that he is chosen as the hero's helper with a magnificent power of voice. Another student shows that he can turn into a liquid, the coach saying that he is the hero's help. A student comes on stage showing that she can turn into a guinea pig, still being chosen as the hero's help. Layla is still chosen as the hero's helper after she didn't want to show her super strength. During the break, in the canteen, at lunch, Will notices that a student is looking at him for a long time, because Will's father put the student's father in prison for life. Coach Bummer is calling Will on stage. Will tells him he doesn't know how powerful he is. The teacher tells him that he may be super strong by throwing a car over Will. After the test with the car did not work, he tries to blow it up, believing that he can at least fly like his mother. Will falls down, and the bummer coach tells him that he is chosen as an aide to the hero. In the airborne high school, Sky High, Will fails the power placement, the test that determines whether you will be a hero or sidekick based on your abilities. He is told by the nurse that he may never receive any superpowers whatsoever even though he was born to two superhero parents. His only possibility of potentially acquiring powers is to fall into toxic waste, which is just as likely to kill him. At the end of his first day at high school, the commander entrusts him with the key to the family's secret sanctum, after promising that he will never bring anyone else there. the place where all the family's trophies of past victories are kept, including a strange device called the pacifier. The commander tells Will about how the pacifier was taken from an archenemy supervillain named Royal Pain, but little else is mentioned of Royal Pain's demise or the pacifier's powers. Later in the evening, Layla meets Will on the roof of his house and comforts him about his situation. Will manages to cope through his school experience, spending all his time with his fellow sidekicks. The sidekicks are trained in hero support class by a retired sidekick who had once worked with the commander, but is unknown to Will since his parents had never made mention of him. Will finally reveals to his father that he is only a sidekick and admits that he has no superpowers, but his father still maintains the belief that he will yet turn out to be a great superhero. Meanwhile, in their living room, Will's friends overhear his conversation with his father about being proud that he is a sidekick. When he returns, they look at him in silent admiration and gratitude. Will's strength superpower eventually manifests itself during a fight with Warren Peace, whose supervillain father, Baron Battle, was defeated and imprisoned by the commander. Will's power appears when he is about to lose his opponent. Will's power is as super powerful as his father's. The fight is ended after the principal takes them to the special detention room, which is designed to neutralize all superpowers. Will attempts to reconcile with Warren, but he will have nothing to do with him and vows to retaliate at first opportunity. Meanwhile, Will is moved from hero support class to hero class. In his new class, he is partnered with Gwen Grayson, a senior who is a technopath, meaning she can control technology with her mind. Will has an enormous crush on her, dating back to the day they first met, and the two develop a relationship. As he proves his powers, he begins to grow more and more distant from his friends, including Layla, and eventually ends up standing her up for a dinner appointment in favor of hanging out with Gwen. Layla meets up with Warren Peace at the restaurant, and eventually the two end up forming a sort of alliance, designed to get back at Will and make him jealous of them as a couple. Gwen meets the Strongholds and invites them to be the recipients of the very first Hero of the Year award, which will be presented at the Sky High homecoming dance. She also invites Will to be her official date for the event. Gwen unexpectedly uses Will's house to throw a party for the heroes while his parents are saving the city. Using the excuse of wanting to talk alone, Will breaks his promise and takes her to the secret sanctum. Gwen also uses the party as an opportunity to tell Layla what Will really thinks of her, and Layla leaves the party in tears. Will, when he hears what Gwen has done, breaks up with her the night before the dance, forces everyone out of the house just as his parents arrive. He also tries to reconcile with Layla to no avail, and decides not to go to the dance after all. He visits the secret sanctum and realizes that the pacifier has been stolen, and that Gwen is the reincarnation, the person who invented it in his father's high school yearbook. Meanwhile, the commander and Jetstream arrive at Sky High. During Gwen's presentation of the award, it is revealed that she is Royal Pain and she unveils the pacifier. Before the commander can attempt to stop her, she zaps him and only his suit lies on the ground. Jetstream goes to him, only to find a crying infant under the clothes. Jetstream takes off toward Royal Pain but is also zapped. Mr. Boy luckily catches the pacified Jetstream. However, his heroic moment is cut short when he is hit by the pacifier's ray and begins shrinking into a baby. Mr. Medulla obliviously re-enters the gym and is consequently turned into a baby, as well. The students begin panicking while the now diapered heroes sit on the ground, helpless. Royal Pain's minions trap the students in the gym and we see more of them become infants. Principal Powers calls out for help but she is hit and her screams become an infant's cry. Coach Boomer commands the sidekicks to take action but his commands are interrupted by a blast and he shrinks into a baby. The sidekicks band together in an attempt to stop Royal Pain and each has a chance to exercise their superpowers to full potential. Will arrives at the school, and meets up with his friends, who begin to tell him about Royal Pain. He reconciles completely with Layla, then takes on Royal Pain alone, and while fighting her, is thrown out the window and off Sky High. Will's flying power manifests itself and returns to defeat Royal Pain, who having been turned back into an infant when the pacifier broke the first time, grew back up with intent to return and kidnap superheroes to raise all over again as supervillains. The defeated Royal Pain triggers the sabotaged anti-gravity device, causing Sky High to fall. Will flies out of the window and prevents the school from touching down while his friends quickly work to repair the device. The device is repaired, and the school returned into the sky. Back at the school, all the infants are taken off the buses and Will asks Layla what they should do now. Baby Medulla speaks up from his car seat. His voice is high-pitched but his cranium is still massive and can use big words. He then asks Warren for a diaper change. The infants are all returned to their adult state by reversal of the pacifier's powers, and Royal Pain and her minions are given time to cool off in the detention room while Principal Powers goes off to call the police to take them to prison. Will and Layla engage in a passionate kiss while suspended off the school grounds in midair. In the end, not only Will and Layla started dating, Royal Pain and her gang are now in jail, Warren and Will are now best friends, and Ron Wilson, the bus driver for the school who was born with no powers to superhero parents, was covered in toxic waste that gave him the power to become a giant and now works for the mayor to stop giant robots. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more videos of this kind. See you on the internet. Bye.